Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. I'm AnandRathi. Joining us on the show today is Mehul Kothari, AVP, Technical Research at AnandRathi Shares and Securities. Joining in, Mehul, what a day in terms of where markets are concerned, the kind of up move and the strength that we are seeing. What do you make out of it? Do you think this is a structurally, strong position in today's session?
First of all, good afternoon, Hiral, and thanks for having me again on the show. Hiral, I remember last week when during the day of expiry, I was there on the show, and we clearly discussed that any downside from current levels, I won't be taking it because of one data which we follow very closely. That was FII's long to short ratio in index futures. So that data was clearly indicating that FIIs are highly oversold in the market, and they might sooner or later they might start covering their position. So what has happened is during this 1 week we saw tug of war between the bulls and bears, but finally what Nifty did was it failed to sustain below 17,300 mark, which was our view, and in line with our view we are happy that we maintain our bullish stance in the market, and today we saw this fabulous rally of more than 300 points in index. Now what's next? See, till yesterday that data was 14%, and I believe after today's rally that data might reach towards 20% or so, but still there is much more room left on the upside. As of now, we feel 17,800 could be the next resistance, that is short term resistance. Upside above that 18,000 could be that zone where some kind of again profit booking might be seen in the market, because see, we are one of them who believe that in this year, or at least in the first half of this year, we won't be going anywhere unidirectionally, right? We won't be witnessing one-sided move in the market. So bulls as well as bears will have their own day, and both of them will get equal opportunity in the markets.
Right. So are you saying at 17,800 is where we could see some bit of profit booking that could come in? And post that, how many sessions do you think, for how long will we see that consolidation at those levels to come back to 18,000?
See, it might take a couple of sessions, but here what I want to tell over here is till the time that data is, see, right now it is at its lowest level. So till that data is not getting comfortable on the higher side, every dip from here on can be used as a buying opportunity. So I'll try to explain it in a simpler manner. Let's say in a couple of sessions or so during the coming week, we reach towards 17,800. So what could happen is the short-term players might again book some profits off the table. Again, Nifty can be seen at 17,600, 200 points from that high. So that can be again used as a buying opportunity. So in a worst case scenario, I don't see markets going beyond 17,300 or 17,250, which is the recent low on the downside. So upside and downside will keep on happening. Swings will be there on both the sides in the market. The markets won't be going one way on the upside.
Right. So if you have to look at the month of March itself, would it be right to say that the index is looking to form a strong base in that 17,200 to 16,800 kind of a range? And the challenge will be to cross that key hurdle of 17,800?
See, first of all, I'll answer your second question. 17,800 is not that strong hurdle. For me, if you talk about the entire month of March, 18,200 is a very strong resistance, because 8 to 10 days back, we were trading somewhere near to 18,100 or specifically 18,125, but we failed to clear that 18,200. Then we saw this fall of almost 1,000 points, or maybe 800, 900 points in Nifty. So 18,200 is major resistance for March. If that is taken out, then yes, we can witness further rally. Yeah. Now your first question. See, if we erase any possibility of escalation from that geopolitical issue going on, then I strongly believe that this data itself is so strong that a bottom could be made, or a strong base will be made in the month of March, and we could be heading higher towards 18,400 or 500 levels. So that will be step by step. First 17,800, then 18,200, then further upside of 18,400 in the absence of any geopolitical escalation.
Right. Simultaneously, we'll come back to the index later, but in terms of Bank Nifty as well, After the weakness, it's again started to pull its strength over the last 2 to 3 trading sessions. How are you reading the charts, and what is the derivative market indicating?
See, again, I'll go back to a previous week where we discussed about the expiry of Bank Nifty. We were clearly of the opinion that Bank Nifty might close the expiry above 40,000. Bank Nifty closed it exactly at 40,000, and the support of 39,400 was untouched. So what has happened is Bank Nifty has outperformed. So 39,400 or 500 is a strong base for Bank Nifty on the downside, I believe. But at the same time, Bank Nifty will struggle a lot at 42,000. If we see previous rally also, that rally was exactly till 41,900 or something like that, and then we saw this fall of around 2,000 points in Bank Nifty. So 49,000 will be a real test for the bulls with regards to Bank Nifty. This level is in line with 18,200 of Nifty.
Mhm. Right. And in fact, I was recently just reading one of the reports as well, which actually said that historically, since 2002, on 10 occasions, after 3 months of negative close, the index has posted positive returns in the subsequent month with an average gain of around 6% from the respective swing low, barring 2008 and 2020. This again becomes a year where there is a possibility that the index could actually witness a pullback because last 3 months we've seen a negative close. How do you read this from a chart perspective?
See, Hiral, no offense here, but see, I am bullish for the month of March because of the various other studies which we discussed. Okay, and the study which you told, that is a data point which you discussed, is known to everyone. Is known to everyone on the street. So of course, yes, there are high chances. Probability is very high as per that data. Also, I'm not denying that fact. But the actual reason can be the highly oversold nature of the FIS, because even we follow seasonality chart very often, but we cannot strongly say that yes, historically it has happened in the month of March. So this will happen in the month of March, because there could be many other events. Right now, markets are highly uncertain. See, if even if we are bullish at this point in time for March, but you never know what kind of escalation might happen on the global front. Okay, and there are many other issues going on, like inflation is still not under control. So I don't know what can happen from here on, but the data indicates that yes, March could be in the favor of bulls.
Right, so March could be in the favor of bulls as well. If you see in terms of, let's look at stock-specific action as well, right? Specifically, if you see the Adani group of companies right now, a strong pullback in today's session as well. Yesterday's session also, we did see good strength. So if you take the likes of it, Adani Enterprises, Adani Ports, ACC, as well as Ambuja, what is the open interest indicating? And from a chart perspective, how are you seeing it?
See, from chart perspective, at the same time from open interest perspective, we feel that most of the stocks, at least the F&O stocks like Adani Enterprise, Adani Ports, including Ambuja Cement, they are done with their pullback. Now they might take a breather or so. See, if not, the correction might not resume if things are sorry, if things are stable now. So correction might not resume, but the upside might get arrested for the timing. The stocks, all the stocks might undergo some kind of cool off from here on. So this is what we have been mentioning to our clients. We have advised them to book their profits, those who have bought all those Adani group stocks at the lower levels. So it's better to book them and go out of the weekend without any position. So that's what we are suggesting right now.
Right. Moving on, in terms of a Tata Steel, if you see in terms of the stock is up around 2.5%, last 2 to 3 sessions have been strong for the metal index as a whole. Do you think there is a positive setup for metal index? And simultaneously, if you see the open interest addition as well in terms of Tata Steel, that also looks very promising.
From the metal pack, we feel that Tata Steel is one of the safest stock because of its low volatility in comparison to others. At the same time, we are bullish on Tata Steel because it is now taking support back at its 200 simple moving average. So we feel that risk reward is really good to go long. So one can buy this stock with a stop loss below 100, because 100 itself can be a psychological support also. So buy this stock with a stop loss below 100, and I feel on the upside 120, 125 levels can be seen again in the couple of weeks, or maybe during the month of March.
Right. Another stock which is good, seen a good reversal is a Vedanta. The stock is up around 5.5%, and if you see the open interest addition as well, almost around 4 to 4.5% in intraday trade so far. What's your view?
See, technically, I feel that the stock has turned from the decent support. So now it is, one should avoid selling this stock technically, but the way things are happening with this stock, see, we have already seen what happened with Adani, right? Because before this news came out of Adani, the stock already started correcting, and then there was a pullback again, and there was again sharp sell off. So I feel that anytime this stock again might resume its downtrend or this sell off, so better to avoid this stock. If you ask me technically, then yes, technically it looks good, but due to the uncertainties which we might see in the coming sessions for this stock, I would request to avoid this counter.
Right. Moving on in terms of, excuse me, the banking names. What do you think of an SBI? Because again, a good move in today's session. With that, if you see a Canara Bank as well, strong open interest addition and strong moves coming in on a Canara Bank as well. Good entry points, or do you think should time to book profit?
See, for Canara Bank, I would suggest time to book profit, or at least avoid buying fresh, because the stock has rallied from almost 270 levels, and now it's trading well above 300 mark. So more than 10% of rally we have already seen. With regards to SBI, yes, SBI still has upside left. I feel 600 could be seen in a couple of months or so. That is around 10% upside from here on. So buy on dips for SBI. If you ask me from banking names, then I'm liking ICICI more than other banks. So ICICI also looks good for 5-6% of upside from here on, along with this SBI.
Right. Moving on in terms of the auto names, you have a Tata Motors as well as M&M, which is holding on to gains, whereas the other auto stocks are struggling. And yes, it's the auto sales numbers that have come in as well. What are charts indicating with regards to Tata Motors as well as an M&M? Are you expecting the strength to continue?
See, Hiral, I expect Tata Motors to outperform this pack for the time being, because Maruti and along with that M&M and other two-wheeler stocks have been under pressure, and I believe the numbers were also not great from their side. So Tata still at least technically looks stable from here on, with a support of 4101, can even go long or take a risk, but a risky, it's a risky bet, but risk reward is favorable, so one can go long in Tata Motors with a stop loss somewhere near to 410 or maybe 415, for upside target of 450 to 460. So Tata Motors looks comparatively better than other auto stocks.
Right. And what are you making of in terms of an ITC? It seems that the FMCG pack is also making a comeback. ITC, in fact, has already hit a live high. That up move continues with that counter. What would you recommend?
See, ITC has been our favorite counter right from 210. We have been recommending to our investors and clients everywhere, even in all the social media. So we feel that during this year, ITC can show even 450 levels. So we are still very bullish on ITC. Buy on every dip. Even at this level, one can go long, because right now also there is a trading opportunity in this counter. One can buy this stock with a stop loss of 370 and upside target of 410. So we feel 450 could be seen during this year in ITC.
Right. So that's with regards to an ITC. There is good amount of weakness that's coming in with regards to Tech Mahindra and trade today. Overall, the stock is down around 2.5%. How are you viewing Tech Mahindra? And the open interest addition to be noted, almost 11 to 12% is what we're seeing.
See, currently, Hiral, I feel that a few days back, during the first of February 2023, there was a clear-cut breakout in Tech Mahindra above 1050, and then the stock rallied more than 10% towards 1150. So right now it is retesting that breakout. If you can see, it is somewhere very close to 1050 or 1060 level. So I feel a small downside of 2 to 3%, but that could be a buying opportunity for Tech Mahindra, because the breakout was really strong, and that was with humongous volume. So I feel this could be a buying opportunity. One can keep a stop loss of somewhere near to 1020 or maybe 1030, but buy near 1060. So that could be a great risk reward to go long in Tech Mahindra. I feel again 1150 could be seen on the charts.
Right. Apart from this, if you see in terms of any other names, anything that catches your eye, which one should be looking at from a Monday's perspective?
See, a couple of stocks which we are liking. First is Ogra Realty. Today only we recommended it to our clients. So 888 is the current price. The stock has confirmed a breakout, and it is trying its best to close about 200 moving average. So I feel there will be a continuation of upside in this stock. So one can go long in Ogra Realty at this point in time. Stop loss they can place of at least today's low, that is 870. So Monday, this stock can do well. We are bullish on this stock for a couple of months or so, and our targets are much higher, somewhere close to 1000 odd levels. But I'm talking about short term also. This counter looks good. Second stock which we are liking is Hinduja Global Solutions. In fact, this stock also gave a confirmation of breakout in today's session, somewhere near to 1330, and right now it is quoting near 1360. So that stock also looks good for the coming session. I feel 1400 could be seen easily in a trading session of either Monday or maybe Wednesday. I guess Tuesday is a market holiday due to Holi.
Right. And overall, Mehul, lastly, in terms of Nifty as well as Bank Nifty as well, how should we look at in terms of Monday opening?
See, it will be, I guess, I'm just taking a chance the way it is closed, because there is we cannot say what can happen in couple of sessions, but or a couple of days during the weekend. But the way it has closed, I feel there could be some kind of profit booking in the market, because already 300, more than 300 point is too much for a day. So some kind of profit booking would be seen, and again Nifty might resume its upside on Monday during the second half.
Right. So that's the overall view coming in terms of what we could be expecting in terms of Monday's opening as well, and where the markets could be headed. Thank you, Mehul, so much for joining us on the show and giving us that bit of information. But overall, if you see in terms of where markets are concerned, always a pleasure, Mehul. As markets are concerned, around 17,594. So that's what we are looking at in terms of closing. But 1.6% is the kind of up move that we've seen. Around 270 points coming in there, a good amount of support coming in from the banking names as well as we speak. 41,251 is the level that we're tracking with regards to Bank Nifty. 860 point up move coming in terms of Bank Nifty. Very quickly, if you see in terms of the Sensex, overall strong gains coming in. More than 900 points was the kind of gains that we were seeing in terms of Sensex as well. 59,800, almost 900 points, 1.5% kind of an up move is what we've seen. Overall, if you see in terms of the breadth as well, clearly in favor of the bulls, and the bears were actually getting crashed in today's session. Overall, in terms of stock-specific action, clearly Adani Enterprises, Adani Ports, the two top gainers in terms of Nifty 50, which was followed by a SPI as well, which saw gains of around 5%. Bharti Airtel as well as SBI Life also saw smart gains coming in today's session. Pressure was there, but it was in terms of stocks like a Tech Mahindra, which was the biggest loser. Ultratech Cement saw cuts in today's session. Names like pharma names like Cipla as well as Divis Laboratories as well were under pressure, as well as the Nestle, which was down around 0.2%. Moving on, if you see in terms of where broader markets go, the performance was pretty much in line with what the benchmarks were doing in trade. But clearly, if you go to see, it seems that the bulls are getting back into action in today's session, and how sustainable that is, that's going to be an interesting session to watch out for. It was mainly SBI as well as Bank of Baroda, which saw gains of over 5%, and that's actually what led the rally in terms of the banking counters as well. And Adani group of companies is something which has actually improved the investor sentiments as well. And clearly, when we spoke to analysts as well, they've clearly indicated that this could be a place where you will see a lot of retail participation that will start coming back to the markets, and that's going to be a positive. It's the FIs who were short selling, and they are the ones who are now covering up their positions as well, and that is what is taking the markets higher. 17,800 is going to be the key resistance level on the upside that we will see. But apart from that, if you're able to manage to cross the 17,800 levels, then 18,200 or 18,300 is the next level we should be tracking. But it seems that we have now seen a positive move from here on. Vedanta was an interesting name as well, which saw a good bounce back in today's session. In terms of auto names, yes, there was weakness, but you had a Tata Motors as well as M&M that was holding really strong in today's day of trade. Apart from that, you had companies like a Bharat Forge, Ramkrishna Forgings as well, which was pretty strong on the back of the Class 8 truck order numbers that did come in. FMCG stocks also seem to come back on the chart. So overall, if you see an overall good day of trade, we've ended over 850 points higher on the Sensex. Stocks like Equitas, Jindal Stainless, PNG, as well as Phenolix Cables actually hit a 52-week high in today's session. So it seems to be a good Friday for the markets as well. That's all that we have in this session. Thank you and have a great weekend.